Hey guys, it's Lindsay from Perfectly Bookish 5, and this author spotlight is on Helena hunting. Right here is my Helena shelf. Yes, she does take up a whole shelf. This right here is the only book that is not hers on this shelf. I was first introduced to Helena by my friends either in 2015, 2016. It was a really long time ago, and it was because of her series Pucked, which I have hiding behind my Harry Potter figures here. And Pucked is a hockey romance. You have Alex and Violet. Violet is quite out there and crazy. My favorite of that series is Pucked Off, Lance and Poppy. Very good. Give them a read. But that is how I was introduced to her. But after reading the Puck series, I went and I read, where is it? It's over here. I read this series, which it could have some triggers, so please check it out. We have inked armor and clipped wings. The girl in the story, she's supposed to get married, and one of the planes goes down that has pretty much everyone that is supposed to be at this wedding, like her fiance, everybody. She ends up surviving, and she just feels incredibly guilty. There's just a lot of trauma in these books and a lot of recovery, the mental health, and the guy character goes through he has his own like backstory as well. So these are a little more intense reads by Helena. So the reason why this is on my Helena shelf, I'm just gonna go back to the Puck series really quick. It is book 2, and this, if you have read the book, kind of explains why I have this on my shelf. I'm not going to give it away. You can find out for yourself and you can think why it is there, but that is why this cute little guy is on my shelf. This series is actually a spin-off of the Puck series. We have the children of the characters in those books. There are 3. We have Little Lies, Bittersweet Heart, and Shattered Truths. I do not own it. It's on my shelf. But I love these covers because you get this cute, like, discreet cover, but then right on the book you have the guys on it. So this series I actually have not dived into yet, but my friends have read it and they enjoyed it. And I always like when we can get the kids of characters that we've already read and loved from before, because then you get a hint of those characters you fell in love with in the first place. This trio right here, we have shacking up, hooking up, and making up. I really enjoyed this series by Helena. In this first one, you have someone who is house sitting, and she has some very interesting phone calls with the person she is house sitting for, and it turns into like FaceTime calls, and you can only imagine what is happening there. And here in hooking up, you have someone who just got out of a bad breakup. Her, I believe it was fiance. It's been a while since I have read these, quite a few years, but he was quite the douche. So when she was getting her own book to get away from that douchebag, I was really excited. There's some really funny stuff that happens in there. Hooking Up is actually my favorite of the series. Then some other series, we have Love on the Lake. There's 2 or 3 of these right now, and then one, Sparks Fly. It follows a group of sisters. I believe there is 3 books. Each sister has a book. They have this business together. And then some standalones of Helena's. We have Good Luck Charm, Kiss My Cupcake, and Love Catastrophe. And she is in a few anthologies as well. But the book that I am giving her the author spotlight for has to do with the Toronto Terrors. And yes, that is another hockey series. I love that Helena keeps writing hockey. Hockey is my favorite sport, so hockey romance is my favorite to read. It is my top that I just love to read in books. And Helena is from Canada. She's been to hockey games, so she writes hockey well. This is actually, I believe, the Hello Lovely copy of this book. So the first book in the series is If You Hate Me, and then we have If You Want Me. The book that is coming out on November 14th is If You Need Me. The books follow different hockey players, and the girls, some of them are related to these hockey players, and some of them actually work in the industry. They are a working part of the Toronto Terror team. This first book, we have our main character, Rix, and she is living in a really crappy situation. You won't believe what her roommates are doing when you come across them, and she had to quit her job because her boss just sucked. So she doesn't have a lot of money. She has nowhere to go. She gives her brother, Flip, a call. Flip is a hockey player, and he is currently living with another hockey player, Tristan. Tristan and Flip are friends, and it is actually Tristan's place. Flip moved in with Tristan, so she gets told she can stay, but Tristan really isn't happy about it. There is not another room at this place, so she's currently living upstairs in a loft area where there is no privacy. Tristan and Rix do not have the best history, and they banter quite a bit. But all that banter turns into sexual tension, and it goes off from there. And they keep it a secret from Flip because, of course, Rix does not want her brother to know. I also like how you are getting more of the other hockey players and this group of girls that Rix starts hanging out with, because you will see them in the other books. In this book, we have Hammer, Peggy, and Hollis, and she has a relationship to someone on the team. I'm not going to say, you're going to find out in book 1. But that's where things get a little awkward. There is a lot of cute interactions between these two in the first book. There is something that Hollis is feeling, and he doesn't want to cross that line because Peggy or Hammer is like known by the team, and it's just a boundary that you do not cross, but that boundary definitely gets crossed. And then the next book in the series, If You Need Me, follows Dallas and Hemi. Hemi has an official position on the team. She knows Dallas from the past when they were kids. He is not very kind to her when they are kids, and she has to go back to her high school reunion. Well, she doesn't have to go back, but there are these two people from high school that they're announcing some stuff, and they were mean to her. She wants to go back and prove, like, look at me now, look at my awesome job. And Dallas says he will go as her date. Well, date turns into, I'm going to propose to you and I'm going to be your fiance. And Hemi is like, what the heck is going on? This is being blown way out of proportion. And Dallas is really making up for lost times, as in, like, trying to be nice to her. He was trying to be the cool kid. He really wanted to be nice to her. All these mixed feelings. So are they really faking the engagement, or is there really something else there? I am really enjoying the Toronto Terror series. This most recent book that is coming out, If You Need Me, has been my favorite of the series so far. And what is really cool, it is on this one, you can see the Toronto Terror are geese, and if you go to Novel Grounds, they actually have a hockey jersey series of different fictional hockey teams, and the Toronto Terror jerseys are on there, and they're really cute. And there also are jerseys for the Pucked series, and it has this beaver on it. It is so super cool. I'm gonna have to get myself one of those. I just haven't yet. They are $50 a piece, and I know I want more than one because I want Lance from the Puck series, but I don't know which Toronto Terror one I want yet because the series isn't done. There are more books to come, and I believe if you drop down on the list of names, that gives you a clue on who other books are going to be about. So as you can see, I really like Helena's writing. I have a lot of books of hers. She takes up a shelf, and I am excited for the release of her new book. I hope you are too. You can read it as a standalone, but I do suggest you go back to the first one because you get the sprinklings of the characters in all of the books. So if you haven't given Helena a try, please do. Let me know if you do and what you decide to read of hers. And if you have read Helena before, what are some of your favorite books by her? Thank you for watching, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye!